Everybody, and welcome back to my channel on this Thursday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And today I want to talk about highly sensitive person or people versus autism. This is a topic I've seen doing the rounds on social media. There is a really good video done by a licensed psychologist by the name of Dr. Kim Sage. I believe she's from the USA, correct me if I'm wrong. I will link her video down below in the video description. I really did enjoy her video explaining it and defining the differentiations between HSP and autism. As an autistic female, I wanted to do this video on my own autistic perspective. So let's get into it. What is a highly sensitive person? And I got this information from the site verywellmind.com, which I'll link all my references down below in the video description. A highly sensitive person is not a clinical diagnosis, but many people will identify with the descriptor. HSPs are someone who has an increased or deeper central nervous system sensitivity or sensory processing delays. HSPs often avoid violent movies or violent TV shows. They have a need for severe routine and downtime. They thrive on having a rich and complex life. HSPs are 20% of the general population. There is 12 core differences between a HSP and autism. The term HSP was coined by Elaine Aron and Aaron in 1990. Being a HSP is considered being a personality trait rather than a mental illness or disorder. A highly sensitive person is someone who has a heightened awareness to their stimuli in their environment. This can range from bright lights, strong smells, but have an exaggerated effect on their everyday life. Also, HSPs react in a more intense ways to their emotions. People who are HSPs don't exhibit their behaviour. HSPs' response to stimuli are more nuanced and does not require any special accommodations like people like autism, people who are on the autism spectrum. HSPs can regulate their behaviour, unlike people with ASD or autism spectrum disorders have difficulty with regulating their emotions when they are overwhelmed in a situation. HSPs' emotions are often more manageable and regulated when they ask for help for other people. People with autism, obviously, we do struggle with our emotions. We struggle to self-regulate. We struggle to self-soothe and calm down, so that can become an issue when it comes to our emotions. HSP versus autism in communication. Highly sensitive people generally communicate effectively and have no difficulty when they engage with other people in the situation. People with autism struggle to analyse and regulate their emotions when they're in an effective communication. They may struggle to process what they're saying and the words to come out. HSPs and empathy versus autism. Empathy is a big passion for people who are a HSP. They can put themselves in others' shoes and other situations easily, unlike other people with autism or on the autistic spectrum, because we struggle to comprehend emotions around other people. HSPs versus autism and change. HSPs prefer routine as sudden change can be overwhelming for them. This is the same in autism. Sudden changes can cause great anxiety, shutdowns, and overwhelms. HSP versus autism and treatment. This is what I didn't agree with. Apparently, people with autism spectrum disorder like myself need medication to feel better. That is not true. Medication is extremely dangerous. You should never, ever promote medication to someone on the autistic spectrum unless they have an underlying condition like epilepsy or anything else that could cause them to need medication for help. HSPs often use psychotherapy or counselling to help them feel better and to help them get further medical help. HSP versus autism. Autism is a world recognised disability, and HSP is not a disability. It is listed as a personality trait or behaviour. HSP versus autism are told you are a sensitive child, which means that they are often grown up to be highly sensitive people. So what is my thoughts about highly sensitive people versus autism? As an autistic woman, I strongly believe that people such as myself can be highly sensitive and be on the autistic spectrum. I understand that autism is a separate condition. I understand it is a neurodevelopmental condition, whereas being a HSP is a personality trait rather than a disorder or mental health condition. Autism is also clinically diagnosed, whereas HSP is not. HSPs only make up 20% of the general population, whereas ASD in the UK is in 1 in every 100 people. I believe that being a HSP can be very similar to autistic traits or autistic behaviours and symptoms. Of course, there are some differences, as I've listed already, but autistic people can be highly sensitive and highly empathetic, the same as HSP. The HSP profile says that autistic people have no empathy or are unable to process emotions or behaviour. This is strictly not true. So I will link about what is autism down below in the video description as well. I want to talk about this topic as I've seen it doing the rounds on social media. I thought this was a very important topic to discuss and bring to the forefront. As an autistic woman, I am very, very highly sensitive. I am someone that has really high emotions. I am very sensitive about others. I care about others before I care about myself, often a lot of the time. I'm very self-aware of who I am. I'm very aware that my behaviour is a highly sensitive behaviour. I am very, for the most part, very sensitive towards the needs of people. I want to help them if I can. I want to be there for them, support them, talk to them. But again, I don't realise when I need to take care of myself or when my mental health goes down. I don't realise often my own barriers. So that can be a problem when it comes to being a highly sensitive and highly empathetic person. But again, I think highly sensitive people versus people on the autistic spectrum are very similar. Obviously, there is some differences. HSP, again, is a personality trait, personality behaviour. It's not a listed medical condition. It's not a clinically diagnosed disorder or problem that you can get diagnosed with, whereas autism is a clinically psychiatric neurodevelopmental condition that is diagnosed by a psychiatrist or psychologist. So that is kind of the main difference, I guess. But I want to talk about this. I find it's important to, if you are a highly sensitive person or you believe you are someone on the autistic spectrum, I will attach some links down below again so that you can do some tests or get some knowledge on what autism is and the best way to help you identify with either being a highly sensitive person or a suspected autistic person, or if you are actually autistic diagnosed, then this may help you explain why you are more heightened, why you're more self-aware of your behaviour, your emotions. And I hope I've explained this okay. I hope it's made sense for you. Please give this a like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.